How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today I got a bit more done on kernel. I just left this bit in. I was bloody building a road and my cat jumped up, landed on my keyboard, put my handbrake on, nearly turned the engine off, and then his ass hit the mouse and spun the camera around and all sorts. The right mission, trying to get a bit of footage. Also, just quickly, I attempted the sand scalper because I was building a road along the top of the map, and I don't even know why it deployed here. It's kind of in the middle of a swamp, but I was able to get it to work, so I just thought I'd leave that footage in quickly. And yeah, for tonight's mission, I'm going to do that other one afterwards. This one, transport parts and materials for the radio tower from the machine yard. So you got to deliver a vehicle, and this bloody thing is glitched. You can already kind of see it there. All the cargo is like phased through the trailer, but it wants it there at the machine yard, and then you've got two objects to. It says find object, but it's already there, unless maybe because I uncovered the clouds in my own time it got done. Yeah, that's following the route back. There's a bridge there that's got like a little drawbridge type thing that drops down, but you can't do it from this side. So to the left is where I've got to deliver everything. I've not tracked the objective yet, that's why the squares were white, not yellow, but yeah, same place. So I'm heading south, kind of out of the machine yard, and then there's a go under here. It did end up, you have to send an AI route down here, and they go off to the left. Kind of, yeah, up there. Whereas, yeah, this bridge is sort of, there's not really much of a road here, although it's not really like boggy or anything, it's pretty firm terrain. All these rocks and that, I did notice that you can't winch to them, or maybe not every, I didn't check every one, but oh, in fact, yeah, this is the footage, yeah, like, it won't let me winch to that rock to move any of them out of the way. Yeah, this bridge, I don't think there's any way of fixing it. There's also a lot of crap kind of on the bridge in general. I was hoping to get here and winch to it and just kind of make it swing down, but it was having none of it. So, got out of the way. I'm going to have to go round and basically try and cut over there. I just so happen to have the rusty version of the links, which ended up biting me. I'll show you a pretty good example of how and why. Cutting across here, I definitely think it was a lot slower as well. I've sped it up by 10 times, so yeah. You can imagine how slow it was. And I'd already driven over there like a good few days ago. I've got a new links sort of up ahead of me, but it's tipped upside down and there's no winch points. And I crossed over here last time because there's like a bit of a mound this side, so I can actually climb up. And it sits in the middle, swings back, gets a bit of grip, but then this one actually just balances on the pipe, and I can't really do anything about it. There's no winch points. For some reason, you can't winch those telegraph poles, which is a bit of a, I don't know, a letdown. Yeah, again, I've sped this up by 10, but I'd definitely say it was much quicker. So yeah, this is like, it shows you the difference really between the rusty and non-rusty versions. So I just had to nudge this out of the way. For a start, my link sort of more tried to climb that, but eventually got it nudged out of the way. See, get beached on the middle, swing back, get a bit of grip, but that bit of grip boosts you forward enough that then you seesaw forward, and that's exactly the same thing it did with the first links I took over the other day that is a non-rusty version. Yeah, so it's only a little difference, but that just shows you like where it swung back and grips into the mud. This one had enough oomph to kind of lunge myself forward enough, whereas the rusty version didn't. So yeah, you just drive into this thing, it sort of swings down, that's the bridge sorted. And that was just getting the bridge down so I can reach where those two pieces of cargo are. But at this point I thought I'll try and drive this thing. And before it's even glitched, it's a bit annoying the way it faces the semi-truck, because as you can see, I followed the road, so I've already paved it, and it's kind of bit me, or laid sand. It sort of bit me, because this thing's already getting beached. But yeah, if you look, the trailer's all glitched, like, through itself. The trailer's sort of lifted up, but all the cargo's like phased through and hitting the tyres and everything. So I had to keep ramming the bloody thing just to try and get it out of this little dip it kind of spawns in. And then this truck I think got beached on, God knows. I wish less trucks in this game would get beached on objects that stick about 2 inches out of the ground and are immovable objects, but because the hitboxes are so sketchy on the bottom of all these trucks, they get caught. So yeah, eventually rammed the trailer out, and it was already like, I didn't plan on this, but it jackknifed it this way, otherwise I was just going to drive round the loop. Couldn't quite make this corner. And then reversing it, I just kind of lock against the trailer, even though there should be a lot more travel room. In SnowRunner it does, it'll just keep letting you reverse until you essentially hit the trailer with the cab. Yeah, so use that vehicle again though to shove the trailer around. And then this thing, it's just gutless. They really sort of don't belong in this game. Like, I've already sanded it and smoothed it out and all the rest of it. It just can't climb up this hill, which, to be fair, I think the glitch trailer isn't helping. But I've driven these before. They're just fucking useless. Yeah, it doesn't even, like, it's not a difficulty spike or anything like that. It's just annoying, and in the end I thought, right, I know what I'm doing. Send in the goddamn horse. Yeah, I'll just winch the bloody thing to where it needs to go. Not even messing around driving it at this point. Yeah, you can see there though, what, like the middle trailer axle is all bent in a weird shape, and yeah, the other side is kind of, the cargo is rubbing on the tyres, so they're not really rolling. Obviously sped that up only a little bit. It's almost real life Loaf speed. I'd switch to it quickly just for my own amusement and to get a bit of video. Like, you can see the rear tyres are basically locked up, they're all still bent. Yeah, this thing can barely travel under its own weight anyway, even on a flat sanded surface and all the rest of it. So yeah, right, sod it, just winch it the rest of the way. This is why you get yourself a Loaf, just hassle free. It doesn't even matter that the truck is glitched and doesn't want to roll, the Loaf will make it roll. Yeah, there's the thumbnail, you can again see the cargo phasing through the trailer. And at this point it's only just ahead where I've got to drop it off. And you can see, like, I'm supposed to follow the road up and loop round, but again, we are talking goddamn horse of a vehicle. He doesn't have to listen to road rules. It's like, yep, this is a shortcut. Thankfully I was kind of skidding along the edge, and at that point there's a bit of scrap there in the way I didn't want to get hooked on, but you see, the Loaf knew. So we dug in just before. Yeah, hoist this thing up there like it's nothing. Doesn't even have a choice if it wants to get beached. And then I got it here, and I actually thought now, like, oh, I was thinking, is it glitched because the vehicle's glitched? It should sort of accept it now. So I went back, fired a winch to it, dragged it forward a little bit, but it's like, it's already in the box. That's what she said. So yeah, I was thinking like, oh, for God's sake, is it going to make me like recover it to its starting objective and all the rest of it? But at this point I was like, sod it, I'll go and get the other parts of the mission. Yeah, those two things up in the top corner. And then I built a bridge tonight, because again I was building a road all along like the top here, just so I can get from like the sawmill and my what's it called? The tunnel exit base, like the first base it gives you on the map. Yeah, I was using the Voron. I ended up taking a couple of logs. I just could have kept pouring sand and filled like that gap to bridge over it, but I just figured like, sod it, I've got some logs. Who knows, it might bite me in the future. I might need 8 logs, and I only got 7 now. Although I've got nearly 14 million, so I suppose I could buy some from the construction zone. And yeah, I thought I'd leave a bit of this in because it's a fairly new vehicle. Smash into all these rocks. That's the one you can't winch to. I was more looking now, so focused on ramming that barrel, I didn't even realise there was all this pile of scrap that I crashed into. I'll get you next time, barrel. Again, I wish these vehicles had winches, because I'd just grab one barrel each time I'm kind of flying past, drag it out the way somewhere. Yeah, there is obviously that rail bridge, which looks pretty cooked, and I don't, unless it gives us a mission to specifically repair it and it does some kind of animation. It's going to sort of stay as it is. It's the same with that bridge I've just gone over. There's no way it will let you connect a bridge, I reckon. There's too much scrap and everything everywhere. You just have to build like a completely new one next to it, really, I suppose. But then again, there's not that much over, I think, in this top corner other than this mission. There is actually, I'll take that back, there is 2 Warhammer barrels further up the hill. I actually apparently drove past them on my first Colonel video. Yeah, they're 40 grand each. Again, I'm not as desperate for it now, although I've done all the cargo glitching. And that green beamer light you can see is a toy truck. It's kind of out, it's on a boat or a little bit of island or something. Not sure how easy it'll be to get to. I'll get them at some point because I need them all as one of the achievements is like collecting and selling all the... It says the toy trucks, but I'll do the Warhammer barrels anyway, just to be safe. Yeah, you can see the little toy truck out on like So a little island there, and then that green beam behind me, further up the hill, that's where there's 2 Warhammer barrels. Yeah, so you've got to grab those 2 boxes. And again, not particularly sure why it says find object. Normally, if it says find object, it'd force you to go and scan the area with a scout and fire out that objective scanner thing. But obviously the boxes are just showing up, so I don't know. Maybe that's a little glitch as well. It's supposed to just say, like, I don't know, get the object or something. Deliver the cargo. And yeah, again, even like with these boxes on, this thing flops around a bit. I was kind of purposely driving through a few of the potholes and rough bits of road just to kind of see what it does. I mean, it's definitely better because it's got twin rear axles. Even like jumping over this hole, there's just more tyre that has to sink into a hole. If I went over there in the mule, there's only 1 rear axle, and that'll obviously fall into that hole very quickly and carry you over more. So yeah, it's just little things like that where overall particularly that they've added this as an alternative to the mule. It's been nice to drive anyway, but I honestly think it's a decent alternative. Like, I'd say I prefer it now over the mule. And apart from the gear thing, I've said sort of all along, like, I do quite like the mule, other than they've killed its speed and made it unnecessarily slow. But apart from that, like, I don't dislike it or anything. But yeah, I think I'll be using this more from now on because it seems to travel quicker. Yeah, it's not very tippy, even when I've done quite a few different cargo loads with this that's kind of like centered quite high, because I sort of load it like this sideways on the sideboard. Yeah, fell into like a bit of a ditch there. I suppose at that point it was kind of propping up on the box anyway, but I just kept deploying and retracting the crane legs, slowly kind of inching my way forward just till I got to slightly more level ground, and we're good to go. Yeah, back on the bridge. Ram some shit out of the way. And I probably will come back here at some point and get this roaded. I've done most of the road building I want to do now. Like, I've officially got like a big square running around the map, so I can kind of cut across any way I like. Again, I'm probably not going to pave most of them, but there is a few little bits and bobs and roads, like I suppose that one, yeah, that I've just, yeah, again, I'll get zoned out in it, get the dump truck out and I'm off. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit, I need to record some stuff that's not just me pouring sand 80,000 times. I figured, I have to say, I didn't think it would get up here, and I wouldn't have even been too mad if it didn't. But yeah, credit where it's due, it did. Again, probably the rear axles, at least because there's 2 rear axles as well, the distance between the front and the first rear axle is probably shorter than the mule, which less chance of getting beached and so on when you're climbing up a little ridge like that. When I got there, it took the glitched semi-truck. It is now. Well, that's up to you more than me, Kelly. You're the one who brings the missions. Yeah, at least that one's in the bag though, and I unlocked a harbour base, so now I've got a base in... They've pretty much got each corner covered, which I actually quite like that. That at least whatever quarter of the map you want to go to, you've kind of got a base as an option. Yeah, supply the archaeologist camp with the requested resources. I was just going to spawn to my... bloody tunnel exit base. Oh, I keep forgetting that. And then I realised I've got a road kind of snaking through over to the logistics base. I cut some of it out because, again, to keep the video not too long, plus if there's not too much going on. I built all this road going along here tonight. Quite like that you can sort of swing it around on that, catch the inside of the hump. Let's be honest, we're all just trying to catch the inside of the hump. Life goals. And then yeah, I started building a road along here, and then I realised, like, nah, I'm going to stop that. I went round the other way, but then while I was driving tonight, I kind of forgot. Cut across my little shortcut, but you can see up ahead the road reappears again. Yeah, it was actually here where the video started, when I was doing the dozer and the cat jumped up on my bloody keyboard. Trees are leaning a little bit. Once they're leaning, I quite like leaving them like that. I could obviously just easily clip him with a dozer. There was also tree stumps all over there. And then I built this bit of road like about a week ago because it went off up that way. Here is where my scalper got stuck on that pipe, it wouldn't get under. It did the first time, but obviously once you build the road, it raises the level a little bit, and it wasn't too happy about driving back under there. Didn't make that corner. Again, it doesn't steer quite as sharply as the mule. Still got to get used to that. Yeah, get 2 of these things loaded, and then go out the top, down, kind of wiggle through that logistics base. Along that road are built. Roads all along the bottom there, over the sand quarry, and to there. So again, yeah, once you've got roads all over the place, makes life pretty simple. A few grand's worth of damage there, we'll just forget about that one. Yeah, I noticed with this truck, I mean, again, it does slow you down when you've got cargo on, but as long as you've got enough run-up to get into a decent gear, it stays in that gear quite well. But obviously, if you already hit a rough patch before you've built your momentum up, you end up getting stuck in whatever gear it is, one that's too low and slow and boring. I was purposely kind of flopping around again just to show, like, this is genuinely pretty decent at not tipping. Obviously, it's not infallible, but that's fine. Like, at least I can take the piss at a little bit. It's not like, what was some of the bloody really tippy vehicles in SnowRunner? I remember the Royal BM17 was pretty bad for tipping. There was some others as well. Yeah, but punish you too easily and it sort of makes the truck not worth it, because you'll end up just biting yourself. Right now, I successfully completed the mission. I was taking a sip of coffee, trying to light a cigarette. This was full one-handed rally special driving, trying to lean my thumb over enough to hit the steering and all the rest of it. Yeah, built roads along here. I've got that log road as an option, but I was going around here, and then I thought, hang on a minute. I've got to know for science. I've got to see if it can drive along the log road, even though I've built myself an alternative option. Yeah, got along here pretty nicely, because I noticed it. I don't know if it's the extra axle that helps or whatever, but sometimes driving across them with a mule, it's very bouncy on each log in this game. I know you'd sort of expect it to be. Funnily enough, I saw a video earlier of, like, essentially the Zik 605E driving over logs, like in real life, one on YouTube, and obviously the logs have more flex in real life. On this game, it's absolutely solid and makes your suspension bounce around a lot. This felt like it sort of sailed over them a bit smoother. There was obviously some jiggle going on with the suspension, but nothing where it's like obnoxiously inflexible, like the logs are just, yeah, no give whatsoever, and you end up bouncing at 0.5 miles an hour. And then, yeah, again, roads all up here. I think pretty much everywhere. As I was saying when I first started this map, once I actually get all the roads done, it'll, I wouldn't say it really makes the missions boring, because to be fair, if I didn't have the roads, I'd almost certainly edit the journey out, because it'd just be mostly long, slow driving through thick mud. So in that sense, it probably makes it a little bit more productive per minute of video. Actually, I was pretty happy there. I sort of reversed, floored it, managed to make that roll off, and it was like, oh fuck, there's a bloody an old fuel tank there. As soon as I ripped that out of the way, took the one I needed to drop, and then it didn't even say mission complete or anything. It just kind of flicks over to the next one, which is an infrastructure route, drawing an AI route from this warehouse back over to, like, the archaeologist camp I was just at. So obviously the other day I did an AI route coming along here. Didn't realise I'd have to kind of lay sand and everything in that actual yard. This was the way I was hoping to go, get it to there. I was like, oh fuck, it's a semi-truck. It's the last thing I wanted to see, really. Built roads 99% of the way, but as I said, the little bit from the actual door of where this spawns to the end of the yard, it managed to get itself stuck. Yeah, it was having none of it. I tried twice and it just kept getting stuck. I even drove over this with the roller, because I just happened to have that nearby. Yeah, it helped a little, but not enough, so in the end I had to bring a bloody bicycle truck over here, lay a bit of sand. I bought a new dozer in the end, bought 2 new ones actually. Yeah, flatten that out, sped that up a bit. You see where it deletes the tyre tracks? That's kind of where it firms the ground up to, when you're sort of spreading the sand. Yeah, you end up gaining a few feet ahead of where you can kind of see sand, but well, in the end it spawned here because it had already made it to that corner. Even then though, it's like, come on man, it's a bloody perfectly smooth sanded road. They could do with upping the grip a little bit. Once it gets onto well, this bit's tarmac anyway. I only had to make this bit tarmac because the AI route coming the other way. Also, I saw the number on the side saying 1203, so I went and googled it out of curiosity, like transport and chemicals. Apparently it's the code for motor spirit. I think that's a good name for fuel. Motor spirit, petrol and all that. And then when I looked back up, I was like, oh my god, in the 10 seconds it took me to Google it, it's managed to crash. And then yeah, this bit, I kind of knew it'd be a little bit sketchy because it's kind of got a snake around here and they're not very good at doing that. It doesn't make it, goes off to the side, and even this, it's like, I already know, I'm cooked. This thing's going to tap out. So I respawned it, readjusted the line to make it a little bit sharper so it turns earlier. But now it's run out of all its momentum, because it's just spawned literally like there. And then at this point I thought it was getting stuck. I was like, right, fuck this, I ain't even, like, I'm just ramming it. I'm done with seeing these stupid vehicles getting stuck on nothing. And then over to the right, it was like, oh, it has actually made it out of the section it was just stuck on. But just to be safe, I was like, I'll carry on looping around. I would still like to ram it. And then, yeah, it's like, that's right, boy, you get your ass to that destination. Like Michael Myers chasing it. And then the doors open, I was like, yes, this is my chance. See if I can fly in. It's like it's got a proximity sensor. It knows when you're getting close. Shut the goddamn doors on me. Yeah, apparently they've built I don't know, ancient burial grounds. It's going all poltergeist. Yeah, and then Kelly's yapping about the new missions I've unlocked. Which, what is there? Fixing a water pump thing, and then, oh yeah, fixing a concrete pier. I was hoping, because I was running a bit behind tonight, I was trying to get the missions done hopefully a bit quicker, and then the first one I got was a bloody glitch semi-truck, and the second one was a semi-truck AI mission. Yeah, didn't go smoothly. Good job. Who the hell eats eggs at work? That makes me more suspicious than, I don't know, than most things. Yeah, kernel 54%, got another 4% done I think. It's definitely going a bit slower, but I have been paving the crap out of everything, so that's ate a bit of time. And there's the stats, all pretty much the same, still on 69 million. Yeah, that's about it for today though. Thanks for watching, get yourself a loaf, and I'll be back soon.